I'm Penny McNamee.
Hello, I'm Lucy Durack.
And we are going to be starring in The
Odd Couple, playing
the Pigeon sisters.
Yes, Cecily and
Gwendolyn.
So it's Neil Simon writing, so it's really clever. It's really kind of farcical comedy. And they're really out for a good time, aren't they? They're divorcees.
Yes.
And
they live in an apartment together in New York City. They're British, but have obviously immigrated to New York.
Exactly.
And they are just looking for a good time.
That's it.
I don't think they're too bright.
I think they're here for the first time.
Yes, agreed. With British accents, there's a class system, so we've been talking a little bit about, where do they fit in the class structure, particularly in 1960s in New York.
Yeah.
So we'll be, doing
experimenting.
Experimenting. Having a lot of fun, going all the way from Queen Elizabeth, maybe down to like Essex.
Yeah,
and we'll find one in between
somewhere.
We're just going to be laughing our heads off, I think.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And, real icons in Australian theatre. I think...
They're such pros. We've both worked with them in different facets over the years. So it's nice. The four of us already have a bond and friendship. So, the four of us haven't actually worked together.
Not as a foursome.
No.
That would be unusual.
It would be unusual. But, we're up for negotiations for future plays.
Exactly.
But no, they're such good fun. They're pros. They're amazing actors, actually. For both of them have, like, Shane obviously has come from, we all know him from McKenney in the film world, and Todd was such an icon of musical theatre for us growing up. And so I think putting them together on stage, and they've got this amazing friendship and camaraderie between the two of them. And as do Lucy and I, we're old friends and have been friends for a long time. So I think we're hoping that will all kind of transfer to the audience from stage.
Yeah.
And just the camaraderie between the four of us, I think, will be special.
Yeah, I think... I imagine we're going to have a really good time on stage, and I think that you can always feel that when you're in the audience and people are genuinely having a good time on stage. You can feel that and that kind of warmth, and it really I always love when I can see that people are really living it up and having fun. I feel like Todd's going to be the one that's going to provoke us to laugh the most.
He will.
He can really ham it up, and he can really when we were doing Shrek and he was playing Lord Farquaad, he'd sometimes just leave really long gaps, and he can ham it up better than pretty much anyone.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably going to be the most likely to make us, I don't know.
I think so. Listen, I have a bit of a reputation.
I feel like, I was actually just thinking that.
I can stonewall pretty well, but I have been known to laugh too. We'll see.
I feel like it might be you and Todd doing the provoking and Shane and I doing the laughing. But at the same time, then that's why Shane and I can get our, we can find our moment.
Totally.
Because you won't be expecting it.
That's right. That's true. That's true. You'll get us back.
Yeah, it would be a bit, I reckon there'll be a temptation for us to sing at some point.
I think there'll be a lot of singing backstage. But I don't think the pressure is on vocally as much as it is in musical theatre. I mean, doing 8 shows a week in musical theatre is like being a marathon runner. Like, it is just, you have to make it to the finish line, you have to preserve at all cost. Often it's not speaking before midday. Doing a play is different to that. You certainly have to look after your instrument and warm it up and make sure that it's functioning how you want it to function. But it's nowhere near the vocal pressure that a musical is.
I always think it's like doing a play or doing television where you're not singing. I end up singing a lot more in my home life because you're not having to worry about saving anything. So I'll sing a lot more with my kids and just, muck it out.
Just do it for joy.
Yeah.
Which you can't do when you're doing 8 shows a week.
No.
You cannot sing for fun in between.
Yeah, totally. I feel like people will come away from The Odd Couple feeling uplifted, it's so good for your soul, isn't it, to have a good laugh.
And do you know what else? I feel like the four of us are quite daggy. Yeah. The four of us are not cool people. And I mean, no offense. But I feel like the audience will be included in the jokes.
True.
I'm hoping that the four of us will really bring the audience in on the gags, and they're in on the jokes, as opposed to being distant and not in the gang.
Agreed.
And I feel like that it'll have that warmth.
We're all in this together.
Yeah. You are cool. You're a bit cool.
I know.
You're cooler than me.
No, I'm very cool.
You don't have to say
Everyone
that. If you are cool, you actually don't say that you're cool.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely cool.